My story begins where hope ends. I had the privilege to live among great grandmothers of my village. My own great grandmother lived for over 100 years. She was a woman with these big eyes and a loud, thick voice and a large heart where I could get away with all my naughtiness. One day, my mother scolded me, and I was furious. I was angry. I went to my great grandmother and I told her that her granddaughter did this to me. And she, in her naughtiness, asked me to pick her wooden thick stick that she used for walking. And so I did, ran to the door and blocked my mother from coming inside the house. I was angry. She was angry. And at some point, the oldies around burst into laughter, and in no time, my anger melted away. Such was the strange bond that I shared with her, and her fearless spirit still dwells in me. She had a best friend who lived next door, and when she died, I was the child who walked under her bier as it was considered auspicious to do so. Since then, I inhabited two worlds, the world where death begins and souls arise. But in my early years, I didn't quite heed that call, and I lived with a restless heart, a scattered mind, and disconnected from my spirit. On the other hand, my broken self ran from one spiritual tradition to another like a scatterling, only to find fleeting moments of bliss. I was born with an inner wildness that drove me to madness. When for 5 days I couldn't get out of my bed and I felt half dead. When I woke up, I had missing pieces of my memory and I was terrified. I ended up in a psychiatric ward, counselors' chairs, therapist rooms, which indeed helped me. But in deep down inside, I longed to be whole. Suddenly, on a whim one day, I decided to quit everything and wander aimlessly. Nothing to do, no job, no work, no passion, no hobby. And I landed in a workshop where they asked me, "What do you long for?" And I said, "I long to belong." And I realized that there is no place to belong. The longing is the becoming of who I am. And in that way, I just know that I belong, connected to this thread that runs through me ancestrally. From that time, my life as I had known ceased to exist. In my one final attempt, I went to be medically claimed by depression, anxiety, panic, and ancestral trauma bolting out of my body. The wildling of my soul felt it was better to die than to live a half life. And so I did, day after day, night after night, crying over the broken bones of my life that I couldn't connect with anymore, burning the dreams that felt dead anyway. There, I made allies with fear and chaos, dying over and over again, only to meet life and come alive. There, I found myself sensing the whole world and my intuitiveness fine-tuning itself, my mind, my heart, my body, my spirit, all feeling one. And I spoke words that didn't come from my mind or my memory, but from someplace else, a place where souls live. Now, I am a thriving woman who lives in the wildness of her soul, walking alone with many other souls to the edge of the world, welcoming you to shed all that you have known and to be reborn and becoming who you are to be.